Guys, Stuart here from WS Tackle World down on the Gold Coast for this week's fishing report. Guys, first of all, sorry, I missed last week. Kind of had a bit on. One thing led to another. Before I knew it, it was Saturday afternoon and there was no reporter. And I wasn't going to do it on a Saturday afternoon. So sorry, guys. But anyway, this week, look, guys, we're going to swing past along. Obviously, we've got reports for 2 weeks, so it's going to be pretty jam-packed. And hopefully you guys have been getting the chance to get out there. We do appreciate all the guys that send in photos and reports and stuff like that, keeping us updated or swing past and tell us what's going on around the time. It definitely helps with us giving back doing these reports as well. So any reports that you've ever got, send them in through our social media stuff or swing past and have a chat to one of the guys, and we're more than happy to hear that last fishing story. Anyway, guys, swinging right along. Look, unfortunately this weekend, the weather, it's coming in again. It's not real flash. Saturday, there looks like there's a little bit of a break there. Tomorrow, which is Friday, that's going to be pretty hit and miss. You might be able to get out early in the morning just to those close reefs, chase a few snapper and stuff like that. Saturday might permit for like a roundabout late morning to midday. There's a little bit of a window that you might be able to push out that little bit wider to 36s or 50s, maybe have a jig. And unfortunately, Sunday's pretty much blowing out until early next week. Early next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, looks really, really good at this stage. So if you can, get those brownie points up over the weekend and save them for the during the week. Anyway, guys, starting out wide, this past couple of weeks, there's been a few little weather windows. There's been a fair few fish getting caught. So out around the deep drop-in area, around that, say, 180 to 300 meters type of thing, up off the pin and up off Point Lookout, still been a fair few flame snapper around, medium-sized bar cod, and that type of thing as well. Lots of ornates and the general bottom fishing species out there also. I think a little bit closer is probably where most of the action's been. So around about that 120 to 150 meter type of depth, lots of pearlies still getting caught, pigfish, little bar cod, that type of thing. Just on that outside edge of the 50. So jigging is very, very popular for that type of stuff. As we say every week, but little Lacanis jigs, those type of things there, they're a little bit light, but something around about that, say 80 to 150 grams. Depends on current on the day, and it also depends on the line that you're using. So a lot of the time doing that ball jigging or slow pitch jigging for pearlies, we're using, say, PE 1.5 or PE 2. So anywhere from around about, say, 30 pound to 40 pound, but very thin in diameter. That just allows you to fish a lot lighter jig down a lot deeper and feel a lot more. So it's easier on you and you're getting more action out of your jig. Back in a little bit closer around the 50s now. Look, the northeast 50s the past couple of days, today included, saw lots and lots of kingies. Most of them were unstoppable. They are big. Jack, that works here, Dougie's son, he went up there with a mate of his today. And look, I don't want to say it's a lack of skill, but they lost a lot of gear and didn't land a lot of fish. But must have taken after his father. But look, guys, jigging, stuff like that, those smooth reactors and the long and that shorter style, they have been a standout jig. They're super easy to use. I know we've shown it a couple of times before. This fella here is definitely my favorite. And you can jig that on PE3 all day and you don't get too tired. So it's rather round, quite a short compact jig. Obviously has a fair bit of action inbuilt on it on the sink and during the retrieve. You don't have to do a lot of work to make this thing work. So if you do tie one of these on, we put rather large assist hooks on it. So you've got lots of hook exposure. You don't miss many bites and definitely hold on because they get smashed. While we're out around the 50s, some good snapper around there today. Also had another customer that shot out there, just a quick one before work, and got stuck into some snapper and some really good size ones. So average size out there around about that 60 centimeter mark, which is a good fish. And yeah, so soft plastic's working quite good out that depth. Again, the little ball jigs and stuff like that. So we can get away with, say, 60 to 80 grams in that type of depth with that light line. So they're a good option. And as well as float line and pillies. So float line and pillies work really well. We did just get a massive bait order in today, and we got some small little slimies. So we don't see small slimies very often. But these things are going to be absolutely dynamite. Put them on a 2-hook gang, a little bit tougher than a pilly, and they're definitely going to smash them. So if you are looking to head out and chase a few of those snapper around the shallow reefs this weekend, definitely swing past and pick up a bag of those little slimies because they're going to be dynamite. Back in a little bit closer now, around the 36s. Seen a little bit of dolphin fish action around some of the fads. Now, all the fads aren't back in. So apparently that Northeast 50s one's still out the water. The ones out the front, 12 and 12B and C, I believe that they are in. Don't quote me on it, but definitely trolling around that type of depth. So along the 36s, while you're having a sound around looking for your snapper, chuck a couple of skirts out because we do catch a few free roaming dolphin fish, and the little marlins start to hang around if that bait's around this time of year. So trolling small skirts, like those little fat boys, they're one of my favorites. Really good, nice and easy to use. We rig these in store for you, ready to go on a nice light wire hook. So light wire hook's going to go in really well on that lighter gear, and just means that you put more fish in the boat. So a couple of good standout colors, nice and bright. Always worth having a darker lure closer into the boat. The little buku ones as well, they've been working quite well. Quite a heavy head, so these ones here, kind of put them anywhere in the spread, and they should troll reasonably good. Again, we can re-rig these in the shop for you and have them all ready to race. In a little bit closer now, guys, around the 24s. There's still been lots of snapper, bottom fishing. It's been not too bad as well, like chasing tuskies, the odd pearly. There's been some good pearlies around that northeastern corner of Diamond, just on that drop-off section. And yeah, just for the guys fishing Paternosters. So that's been not a bad option. Still some trag around there as well, and obviously some decent sized snapper. In around the 18s, still been the odd cobia around, just for the guys that are live baiting or have a livey out the back while they are snapper fishing. Apart from that, still worth fishing soft plastics and float line and pillies for snapper. And yeah, so offshore, that's about it. There's been a few tuna schools and stuff like that around as well. Some of them can be a bit wary this time of year. Obviously, more boat traffic leading into summer. They do push down a little bit. If they are feeding on that real small micro bait, it is probably worth having a small metal tied on just while you're traveling around. So that's some little 20 and 30 gram armors. These ones are just new in stock. We've got a full range, massive range of colors, and up to around about that 80 grams, but they're a compact size. So you still get a good cast and keep that small profile. So just to give you an idea, that's an 80 gram one. So quite small, but definitely nice and heavy to be able to cast. If not, small little plastics work quite well as well. New little design from Squidgy, little glimmer. Now these were designed to have that little tinsel off the back, quite good for finicky tuna schools, finicky tailor schools around the north wall, trevally and stuff like that as well. Those little queenies that get around the canals. These things have been absolutely smashing. They've been out for a couple of weeks now, but yeah, definitely been getting some good results on those little fellas as well. So guys, coming into the Broadwater now, or up the pin, those lagoons up the pin, so at the end of South Stratty, still been plenty of whiting around there on that run-in tide. So you're perfect, ideal tide, low tide, early morning, and you want to fish that run-in section. So if you can kind of time that, if not, any of that run-in period of the tide's not too bad. You can get up in the shallows and get those fish as they're moving up to feed. So unweighted yabbies work really, really well. You can pump them up there, obviously. And if not, cured beach worms, they work great. You can keep them in your freezer until you're ready to go. So that's a good option. Still been some flatties around up there as well. So in those shallow lagoons, this time of year, we'd get some rather large flatties throwing the bigger hard bodies. So bigger stuff around that, say 100, 115 mil plus. There are a couple of APL ones. Shallow diving. So the shallow diving just lets it really work, not too hard, very subtle, not bashing into the bottom. Those big fish are pretty wary, and they'll just look like a little whiting or a little bait fish cruising around. So definitely worth having a shot if you're having a bit of a whiting fish around before you go. Throw a hard body around and you might catch yourself a decent flatty. As well, up the pin, still been plenty of tailor and some good jewies around the mouth of Duck Creek, just fishing that deeper section, just with soft plastics or vibes on the bottom. Look guys, around a little bit west, so around Cabbage Tree, still been a few threadies around on those drop-offs around there. Live bait's not too bad, live prawns if you can get some. This time of year a little bit more challenging, but you will get them at the front of those drains on a low tide. Herring work quite well, little mullet and things like that. And obviously vibes and soft plastics work quite well as well. So that's a good option, with obviously the bycatch of the odd snapper moving down from the bay and some flatties as well. While we're up that way, crabbing's been not too bad as it warms up, and we've had those couple of afternoon storms, bit of fresh water in the water, definitely starting to stir things up. So if I was up there, I'd be putting my crab pots probably midway up the creeks, not at the mouth. We haven't had quite that amount of rain, and not right up the back because it's been a little bit wet. So those crabs should be in those middle sections of the creek, and this time of year they're generally pretty hungry, so leading into Chrissy, always worth getting a decent feed of crabs. Mud crabs we're talking about. So guys, around there as well, around those shallow sandbanks, up around the power line types of area, definitely good whiting fishing up there as well, at anchor. Again, little peeled prawns aren't too bad. Worms and yabbies are definitely the standout. Try to fish a little bit bigger sinker as well. You really want to anchor your bait there. You don't want it washing around too much, as whiting are quite wary on the bite. So if you can anchor it down, fish a nice rod, nice long leader, and you'll definitely get a feed of decent whiting. Okay guys, more Broadwater coming down now around the Aldershots. Been some quality sand crabs there for the guys that want to crab along the weedy drop-offs. Been some good muddies around there as well. So generally muddies are more in the creeks and stuff like that, but we get a few around that type of section all year. Again, trolling for flatties around that type of area as well has been pretty good. So small little hard bodies, just troll them so they're just touching the bottom every now and then. If you see that rod tip stop vibrating or you feel something irregular, wind it in. You've probably got weed on, and take that weed off and put it back out. So they've been working really good. There are a couple of little duo ones. They come with super sharp little hooks. Down a little bit further around Sovereign Island, been lots of jacks getting caught at night and late afternoon. They love these balmy afternoons just before a storm, and early morning's quite good as well. So early morning, I generally fish around them, or around Sovereign, or around the pontoons and canals and stuff like that, or rock bars, just with surface lures. So low light, put on a little surface lure. Little G-Splash is probably one of the original jack poppers. Really, really good, great action, easy to use. Feathered hooks on the back as well, which added a little bit of attractant to it. If not, those little Jackson Ra pops are really good as well. So easy to cast, rear weighted, and yeah, they work a treat. So little surface lures, low light period, and then as that sun starts to come up, they'll go back under the pontoons and things like that, and we're going to start throwing soft plastics or hard bodies. So soft plastic wise, the little Armour Doctors have been really good. That's the little Skip Doctor. So 130 mil, that red color is absolutely dynamite. Lots of guys have been catching some good fish on them this week. And if not, if you want to fish a little bit smaller, you might catch a bit more bycatch, like little Deweys and Trevally and stuff like that. The little Flats Doctor is not bad option as well. So you can rig these on a weedless hook, flick it under your pontoons or around your docks, and really get back there right up deep, and where it's nice and shady, so the jacks get out of the sun during the middle of the day, up under there, so you can skip these up and hopefully pull some out. Apart from that, guys, little double clutches around the edges and stuff like that, that's always a good option. That's actually a limited colour that we've just got in as well. A little squid. Look, jacks love eating squid. If you're going to bait fish for them around the pylons and around the bridges, we always tie on a squid. So you might as well have the best of both worlds and use it in a lure. But these ones here, just slowly work them around the pontoons. If not, trolling for flatties out in the Broadwater, and definitely all the other species that would eat a little squid. These little double clutches are going to work fantastic for. While we're in around the canals, obviously we do have that bit of wind over the weekend, so it's not a bad option. Little surface lures this time of year for the Bream. It's always pretty good fun. Just tie on the light gear and you'll catch bream. And if you're fishing the open water out the Broadwater, maybe early morning or late afternoon when that wind does drop down a little bit, little samaki skipping prawns, they've been working quite well for the surface lure. If not, little fall prawns. So small little sinking stick bait. Great little lure. Very kind of a similar lure to what used to be really, really popular and kind of died off a little bit as progression kind of came along in bream fishing. Everyone wanted to try different stuff, but these still work an absolute treat, and definitely get out there. New little one from Samaki also. So bit of a revamp on an old favorite. Guys, apart from that, still some whiting up the Nerang River as well behind the council chambers at night. Run out tide's ideal. Again, yabbies or worms. Worms probably work slightly better. And yeah, apart from that, guys, in the dam stuff, still been some good bass fishing and around those local creeks and things like that as well. This time of year, you hear lots of cicadas, and Samaki have just released the Reddick cicada. So we've got these little fellas in stock ready to go also. Some great color patterns, 2 different sizes. These things are going to absolutely smash them. So definitely worth having a cicada pattern in your box if you don't already, if you're a bass fisherman. And apart from that, while we're on the dam front, I actually went to Mondrian this week, so I left on Monday. Monday lunchtime, or Monday 2 o'clock. I got there at about 7 and fished Monday night. Got chafed off by a big one in the main basin. Then fished Tuesday morning, Tuesday arvo, and came back Wednesday. And I'm here today, Thursday. So it's been full on. But look, standout lure for me. Nice and easy to use. Just the Xeric live mullets. So in that 5.5 inch. Now, these are different. Why are these different? Because they're a Tackle World exclusive color, guys. So look, if you're local, swing down. I've got limited stock. If you're abroad and you definitely like the live mullets for whatever in the area, get onto your local Tackle World store. But these things are going to absolutely smash them. So yeah, been working really, really well and easy to use. There's a fly in here and it's annoying me, but that's okay. So yeah, come down, check out our live mullets, exclusive colors. Again, limited stock, so get in quick on those ones. Guys, thanks again for tuning in to the Fishing Report. No Dougie again this week. He will be back soon. I'll tell you what, for a 2-week holiday, it seems to be going a long time, but that's all right. And guys, if you've got any questions or any reports, come on in, see one of us guys, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.